Hi, I'm Marcella from UT Tyler, and we're going to be going over this assignment. The first question is how can having your patient do this screen and an occupational performance history interview, which is also known as OPHI, assist in helping you plan your intervention. So the three screens that we learned about, the CAGE-8 audit and the NIDA quick screen, they are screens that are really quick questions to let you know how bad the substance abuse is. So they're kind of telling you what issues are, okay? They're not really telling you how it impacts the client's life, okay? Now the OPHI, combining the two, is a holistic strategy, okay? It's very client-centered because the OPHI finds out what they're struggling at, okay? Are they struggling at dressing? Are they struggling from their day-to-day routine, their roles and their values? So the combination of them is really great because it's very patient-centered. Let's take an example real quick of an alcoholic. So you would do the screen, you would find out how bad their alcohol problem is, and then you combine it with the OPHI. To see how we can tailor and restore those goals of the client. So with the screens and the OPHI, it's easier to find out and narrow what the issue is, and we would use that in OT by setting our goals. If it was dressing per se, we would use it in the short-term and long-term goals. So it's great using the combination of two because those two equal success in OT. Do you feel these screens are quick to administer? Absolutely. I looked at all the websites. The CAGE-8 was just 4 yes or no questions. The NIDA quick screen was like 4 to 5 straightforward questions. And then the audit was 10 questions. All of those would be easily scored. It would not take you that long at all, maybe 2 minutes to do any of those screens, just to look over and score them. If your client scored high on any of these screens, what would be your next step? Who would you consult with? So at this point, if your client came in and they scored high after you administered these tests, I think it's really important that you consult and refer to other people. Your physician needs to be on hand, your psychiatrist needs to be on hand, maybe some behavioral health specialists. We need to get all the help we can for this client because we want to control this addiction. Well, maybe not control, but help this patient. And so in order to do that, those are the people we have to refer to. What is SBIRT and how does it helps? So SBIRT is an acronym. It stands for Screening, Brief Intervention, and Referral to Treatment. It's just a healthcare acronym to help us recognize these problems and issues the clients have and basically support them. So with the screening, we would use that screening, the audit, the CAGE-8 or the NIDA quick screen. Then we would do the brief intervention, have that conversation, see what's going on, maybe give them feedback, provide empathy, and then the next step would be refer to those treatment. Like the last question, we would make sure that we let rehab programs know, specialists, doctors, other counselors, because we all need to be on board to help the client as much as possible. Okay, so this chapter describes the Fireside principles. What does it stand for and what does it do? So the Fireside is just an acronym. It's just a framework often used in these interventions that we use with the client. So F would be feedback. Next question. The chapter describes the Fireside principles. What does that stand for and what does it do? The Fireside is just an acronym. We're going to use this in our interventions with the client and just help guide. So F stands for feedback. I stands for identify. R stands for responsibility. E stands for empathy. S stands for self-efficiency. I stands for information. D stands for decisional balance. The last step is E for encouragement, and that would be the acronym to Fireside.